Hi everybody, welcome back to the Mother Fam YouTube channel. How we all doing on this fine Tuesday? Today we are going to do a little different kind of video. I know some of you are thinking, what are we going to do with all this? Are we going to make some laundry? What are we doing here, Papa Bear? Well, we are dealing with a crisis in this country, and of course around the world actually. It's not just here in this country, but food shortage. We also have a recycling problem in this nation. So with food shortage goes along with everything. That includes even bottled water. Now, I'm not going to get into a debate about bottled water. We have tons of cases of bottled water as well. But one day I was doing laundry and I was running out of fabric softener and I was getting ready to throw this bottle away. This is how basically I created my own mindset. Again, we are doing a DIY. The reason this is a DIY because I want you to think about this, okay? And I want you to start doing it yourself. And hopefully this stuff here will help you do some of that. Instead of throwing away these great containers, they make great water storage, okay? Now, yes, you could go out and buy those, I think there's 5s and 10s and maybe 20-gallon water containers and so forth. But we throw away so much in a landfill, okay? We throw all this stuff into our landfill. If you're lucky, you have a great community, which we do around here, that does have a great recycling program where you can drop off your recyclables. But why take it to the recycling when we have a food shortage going on and water shortage? One day we will go to this faucet, like I mentioned in one other video. You could go to this faucet and the water's not going to turn on anymore, okay? No more power, okay? If you're lucky, you have a natural spring well on your property, which would be my idea. I would love to have a natural spring. Drinking spring water straight from the ground is better than any kind of water. Most of your bottled water that you buy in the stores, you know, or in your, you buy in vending machines and so forth, they are, I've actually watched a video. This was years and years ago. I wish I could have found it because I would have put it with this, but I could never find it. It basically talked about how these bottled water companies basically, shoot water into these bottles. And if you ever watch how they make bottled water, it's the same thing coming out of your tap. And you pay for this and you're thinking, oh, I got natural water and blah, blah, blah. Maybe so. Maybe you're lucky maybe the company you buy from does have natural spring water, but majority of the time it's really not. It's just simply what we all have in our house, which is a tap, okay? So anyways, these here are chemical bottles, okay? Bleach, can't drink bleach. Can't drink fabric softener, okay? You can rinse these out really well. And I would advise, if you're going to use fabric softener, I would make sure that you rinse it out really good, okay? Now, it doesn't go into this process with these two items here, which is just soap and bleach. We'll go with that here in a minute. Now, these simply are rinse and go. Bleach, not so much. You can rinse it out one time or, get out the bleach much. It doesn't have to be a long process with that. I basically rinse this out one time, shake it up, fill it up with a little bit of halfway water, rinse it, shake it, be done with it. And then I write on here water for cleanup or dishes. Okay, so now I have what is this here? 81 ounces of water for wash up, personal care. It could be dishes. Believe it or not, this one bottle will actually go pretty good. Now, could you do a full set of dishes? Well, we're not talking about that, because if you have full set of dishes, you're probably most likely going to have tap water, okay, running from your faucet. This is for the emergency use. When I talk about that, you might have one knife and maybe a spoon, or if there's three of you, this is not going to last you all day. No. But with the combination, now these two could probably last you all day. If you sparingly do this, like I said, if you're just simply washing dishes with one bottle of water all day, that's pretty good. You only takes one drop of this. Personally, what I would do is have two pans set up with water. One is your soapy water, one's your rinse water. Okay. And so, like I said, you can make this last probably all day if you use very limited stuff like plates and so forth like that. Remember, we're in a desperate mode here now. If we're using these items here, we are in a desperate mode. Okay, this means that everything that we put on the grid is now we're using rations, we're using our food storage, we're using canning if you do canning or dehydration, freeze dry and that kind of stuff. So what I do is with the chemical bottles, I use them for water, for dishes, and for cleanup. So these two bottles, I'm not too worried about anything except for what they're going to be used for. So they're going to be used for cleanup and for dishes, okay? Now my process with this, okay, this comes, most of us all have these in our fridge right now with milk in it. What I do is I run this through, rinse it out real good. Then I put, fill it up. Then I put about a dime size, maybe a penny size. Doesn't take much, of bleach in this and a dab of soap. And I let that sit overnight. And then I come back, rinse it out really good. This has already been filled up. As you can see, and pop off the top. Tastes good. So there's plenty of water now now this is a 1 gallon jug. It depends on the size of your family. You might need more than 1 gallon. I would say we're going to be sparingly using water. Okay, that means drinking wise. And now if we're exerting ourselves, it's summertime, it's hotter, you're going to probably go through more than, I would say the three of us in this house, we're probably going to go to, during a day, we're probably going to go through two of these things, okay? So like I said, we're taking these containers out of the landfill, we're taking them out of the recycle bins, we're using them for ourselves. You pay the money for the milk, you pay money for laundry detergent, you pay money for the bleach, you might as well recycle and use the containers for your personal uses and stockpiling them up. Right now I'm running out of room, but I'm going to keep doing this. So that's this is one kind of container you can store water in for drinking. We'll move these over here because it's pretty explanatory. These go with anything that I'm going to put drinking water in. I'm going to do the same process, dime size of bleach, 1 squirt of this soap in here, shake it up and let it sit overnight. Now this is a coffee creamer. It comes in a plastic container. This is, we're looking at, let's see here, 12 ounces. Okay, so this is 12 ounces of water right here. Now this could last you, 2 people could last, I would say, maybe half of the day. It depends on how much remember, we're going to be really sparingly going through this water because this is all we have, okay? Okay, so the more you save these containers, the more you keep this process going, the more you're going to have more and more water. Like I said, we have cases of bottled water. We also have water containers, big water containers, but we also are now having these filled up. So we're stockpiling water. This is the time to do this now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it now. If you have empty laundry detergent, empty bleach bottle containers, empty milk cartons, get them out of the trash, get them out of your recycle bin and start doing it. Like I said, fill them up, put a drop of each of these in here, into each container, shake it up, leave it overnight. Milk cartons I most likely will leave overnight. These here just got coffee cream in there, and so I'm just going to rinse it out. Make sure I put a little bit of bleach in it, kind of to sterilize the inside of the container. That's what the bleach is really for. You're sterilizing the inside of it. Now, back here on the counter, 3 months ago, we're coming up on the 3 months now, change water, change the water. So basically what I'm going to be doing here, coming up here, I didn't think about Thanksgiving being the next day, so it'll probably be after Thanksgiving I'll be going to change the water. About every 3 months you should dump these containers out and stop refill them up. Same thing with your water bottles. If you're not going through them a lot, they're pretty good sealed. I wouldn't worry about them too much. But these I will be dumping out in about 3 months. I've opened these up, not these here, but I've opened up, we have the big 20-gallon water containers. I've opened it up and took a drink. It still tastes good. Could I not really have to do that every 3 months? Sure, I probably could. But I'm not going to do that. I want at least every 3 months, I'm going to dump it. Like I said, I tasted it out of the big counter, or big containers, and I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, doing this. Now, I just started this container recycling. And like I said, these hold water really good. Now remember, okay, this has got plenty of water. It's filled up to the brim. And with this, I would use like a small cup, or maybe a measuring cup here like this, for example. I would use something like with something like this. I wouldn't just try to pour because I might, drip some water. I want to make sure that I sparingly use it. Now these are clean. I can go ahead and do this. See here? You can take this, even half a cup of water. Now I didn't do any fact check on how much water you need during the day. But I know that in survival mode, we're in survival mode. We're not in a basic daily needs. We're talking survival mode. Now this has been around for 2 months, or 3 weeks. Tastes as fresh as I got it out of the faucet 3 weeks ago. Or 2 weeks ago. Whatever. So it's really still fresh. And so, like I said, I would recommend you start storing water. Okay? Because most people are going to depend on the government to feed them and give them water. You watch any disaster movie, watch any disaster documents or document movies, in kind of virus movies. There's all kinds of sci-fi movies out there you can watch where there's a pandemic and so forth, and the government's there with a big military truck, and he's got soldiers, and he's passing out some food and water to people, and here's 50 people or 100 people behind. Let's say this person got water, okay? These people ain't gonna get water because they ran out of water, okay? What do you think is gonna happen to this person who's got water? Because most people who are depending on the government hasn't listened to people like me and other people who are out there on YouTube channel, YouTube bro, or just been watching, have a mindset like this. They're not gonna have a gun to protect themselves, so because most people like that depend on everything to be okay. Big brother's gonna take care of me. No, these people are going to kill you for that, okay? Because they have kids too. They have a family to take care of themselves. Why put yourself in that situation? I'm not saying that that's not an option for you, okay? What I'm simply saying is, why put yourself in that situation? And for some reason you blow off using these containers or storing water. That's your choice. I mean, it's your freedom to do that. But with that being said, remember, I hope you carry a gun, because if you don't believe in carrying guns, that's your choice. I carry a full-size 9mm. I got 17 rounds in the chamber. 17 rounds total. One in the chamber, so that's 18 rounds. Plus I'm carrying 2 other clips all the time with me. I wish this was the 60s where we could all be peace, love, and hippiness. But unfortunately, that's not the kind of road we live in. Your neighbors who don't stockpile water, they don't stockpile food, guess where? They're going to come looking for this stuff. Okay? They've got families, they got kids, they got a baby who needs milk. So remember, this is the time to do this. This is why my wife created the channel, so she could teach people how to live, grow their own food, how to can their own food, how to dehydrate food, so that way they could not depend on the government. That's why this channel here doing DIY videos. Video will be coming up here probably, maybe, I don't know, it'll probably be with the holidays and everything, it's going to be kind of hard to do these kind of videos, but I would like to do a get to home bag. Like I was getting ready to say, this stuff here, the realization that you're going to go out into the woods, bug out, you're going to go out in the woods and set up a camp, and you're going to do all this stuff, is unrealistic, okay? When you have a perfect dwelling, okay, you got 4 walls around you, got airtight windows somewhat, at least here, why are you giving that up? Now, the only way we would give up this dwelling is A, it gets compromised by flood, fire, or some other kind of disaster, or people come knocking at the door and they don't want to take, or, well, people trying to come in this door, they're going to regret that outcome, because not only do I carry a handgun, but I also have a couple long rifles. So that's the only way we would ever have to leave this dwelling, because I would not want to. Your mindset, our bodies are not equipped to live the harsh life like our grandparents and our great-grandparents and great-grandparents who traveled across from the east to the, out to the Midwest when the great, land rush. When people went out and built log cabins, you're not equipped to do that. I mean, for the most part, people are not. Unless you're a lumberjack and, you have been, you have a mindset to do that. I mean, yes, I have the mindset of how to build lean-tos, and I know how to camp, and I know how to do all that stuff, but I know my wife is not equipped to do that. Our grandchild, or our daughter, Carmen, she's not equipped to go live in that kind of situation. So you have to think of everyone in your home. It's not, you're just not going to be Johnny, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to build me a bug out camp, and I'm going to go live on the run to the mountains. It ain't going to happen. That's not realization, okay? That's not real life. That's not real mindset. If you have that mindset, I hope that you're equipped to do that, because I hope everyone who's in your group is set to do that. Because why are you giving up a dwelling? This is, like I said, it's got 4 walls. It's going to keep you somewhat warm in the winter. We have several ways that we're going to heat if the grid goes off grid. I mean, if our grid goes down, we have ways to keep warm in here, because we live in the north part of the country, because we do have harsh winters here. So we're constantly evolving. Do we have bug out bags? Yeah, we got bug out bags. If we had to get out of here, we have the bags to go get out of here. But the thing I have to think about, A, I'm possibly going to, there ain't no doubt I have it. I have MS. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I have a back injury from work. So is that realization to go tramping out with a big old rucksack? That ain't gonna happen. Now, I do have a wagon here that we could use, but we're also going to have to put Carmen in that wagon, plus one of the bug out bags. My wife probably is not going to be able to hump a bag as well. You could say, well, you're overweight, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're right. I'm overweight. So is half of America. Probably got, 90% of America is overweight. So go ahead and call me overweight. That's fine. I really don't care. My health is not the best, so weight has no issue here. What it is that I have the mindset to know that this is a safe dwelling for the most part. Can it be compromised? Sure, it can be compromised. A fire, flood, the nosy neighbors who, I never reveal anything to my neighbors. And a lot of people you'll hear on different channels and some people talk about how you should talk to your neighbors and try to build a community. No, that is not, unless you live out in the country and you're you have some good country friends, okay? I mean, the reason I dwell or drive to that way to the country folk is because they have a mindset of taking care of each other. Here in the city, no, it isn't that mind. I mean, don't get me wrong. There is people like me who are will take care of each other. But with that being said, that doesn't mean that every single one of my neighbors is like that. And the majority of my neighbors, I talk to them. They're not even prepared for worst case scenario. Okay, if shit hits the fan, sorry my French, that way to put it is, if the poop hits the fan, my neighbors are not prepared. Okay, so I'm not going to reveal to them my mindset. I keep my windows, my curtains closed most of the time. I keep my blinds down most of the time. Lets the daylight out. I always have my doors deadlocked, and I've already got a mindset of how to board up windows. I don't have to store lumber. I have lumber right here. It's not a perfect road. I mean, if the poop hits the fan, you're just going to have to use your common sense. And a lot of American people right now don't have common sense as it is because they don't want to believe that anything's coming down the pipeline. I mean, the signs are all over the subway lines, people. High prices of gas, food, stock, high prices of food, bacon, beef, pork, eggs, everything is going up. And it's going to keep going up. Why? Because we've got people like a lot of my neighbors who probably voted for that freaking bozo clown who sits in the White House. Okay? We got to get rid of these Democrats, these commies. We got to get rid of them. Okay? I mean, that's the only way we're going to change back America. America was getting to be one of the great countries again. Donald Trump was on the road. He was creating a great America. The slogan he said, "Make America Great Again." He was doing it. We had the lowest gas prices in history. We had, things were just, oh my gosh, things were going so great. And then all of a sudden, went out the window, didn't it? That's the way the road is. And so, and I know I got into a little bit more here, but this is why I want you to make sure that you think about this. Think about the containers you throw away, okay? I'll give you another example of containers that I save. I save my shampoo and conditioners, okay? This is one. This is good because it's already got soap in it. So this will, anything with chemicals that has chemicals in it, dish soap, fabric softener, bleach. I have vinegar bottles. Vinegar bottles are more towards the water. I use them for water because that's not too much of a chemical. I know, for example, windshield wiper fluid bottle. I had one of the big bottles of windshield wiper fluid. I rinsed it out, wrote on it, water for cleanup and dishes. It's not, the chemicals are pretty much gone anyways out of it. So a simple rinse out, like bleach, we all use bleach. We need bleach for sanitizing stuff. So if there's a little bit of bleach in this, I'm not worried about it because it's going to be something that helps you. Alright, so I've talked enough about this DIY video. I hope it maybe gives you something to think about. Oh, I never thought about saving creamer containers like that. That is so true. We waste so much space. Now, I will get one more thing I need to say since I brought that up. I will not save metal container or anything metal. Okay? The reason is they'll rust. Okay? So I'm not even waste my time. I don't waste my time on any wax containers that are like, cardboard, wax, whatever. I don't save any of them. So metal coffee cans, I don't save them. There's no, they'll rust out, and I don't want to mess with that, and no sense of saving it. Now you could do other things with that. I mean, you could probably maybe put some, money in it. You could hide your money in it. So there's kind of, several things you could do with coffee cans. I mean, if you want to recycle or keep them in your own house, recycle them back to being used for something. But remember, anything with milk, apple juice, anything pasteurized, I would make sure that you rinse it out really good with hot water, and then fill it up with hot water to right about here. Okay, so right about anywhere from about right there. Fill that up with a little bit of drop of soap and bleach. Shake it up real good. Leave it overnight, and the next day dump it all out. Rinse it out really good. When you smell the container, you can smell bleach. If it smells like bleach, keep rinsing it. Just put the lid back on and keep shaking it. You don't have to fill it all the way up either. All it takes is about this much water, and then shake all the chemicals out, and just keep doing it until you don't smell any more bleach or no more soap residue. Because you don't want to drink a bunch of liquid soap. That wouldn't be good. Especially when you're counting on that gallon to be something drinkable. So don't leave soap in the bottle. If it's in there, well, I don't rinse these out with soap, but if they had fabric softener in it, if they had laundry detergent, bleach in it, bleach I'm not too worried about. Bleach can be fine as long as it's, you don't have like, I don't know, about this much bleach in it. I wouldn't leave that much bleach in it. I'd make sure you rinse it out really good, dump it in your washer, and then fill it up with water. So that's what I would tell you to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm the old Papa Bear, and I love doing these kind of videos. And like I said, I will be doing a get home bag. There's several names for them. And we'll go over several kind of bags you can pack in. One I have in my car, we have in our vehicles, and they just stay in there. They don't get touched. There's no food in there. I mean, there's food in there, there's water in there. It's everything for the three of us to get home. If it's just my wife driving the car, then she's got enough food to last her for several days, because the food there is for about 2 days, because we're normally a walking distance around. If we had to walk from west side of Columbus to here, it would take about 2 days, okay, walk time. Maybe a little less if you're a fast walker. Me, it would probably take about 2 to 3 days to get back home. So there's plenty of food and water always in our vehicle. Now what I do is over the summer, it's been heated and stuff like that, I'll rotate that out. And then I'll put new fresh water in there. The food, not too much to worry about, because there's granola in there, there's MREs in there and stuff like that. So that's our get home bag. That's to get us home to here. You say, well, why don't you just drive your car? Again, this is the mindset that we're in, because we have to, because of the EMP, electronic, it's a pulse, electric pulse. There you go. I don't know what the word is. If for some reason there's an EMP attack, which knocks off the grid, it basically, any cars built, I remember the year, any car that's built, I'll have it for the video when we do the bug out and black. But it's for any of the cars that are built with computers, like my car, my wife's car. They're all built with computers, and so they're going to get fried instantly. Okay, so there's no chance of them being running. You have to find a car. I think it's the year before 1983 or 84. Anything below that you can use. Now I think motorcycles. I don't know about. I think dirt bikes you might be able to use. It depends on if there's computer chips. If there's no computer chip, getting far off the topic here. But so we'll cover that when we do the get home bag, and then I'll do a DIY of a bug out bag. And like I said, it's a very that'll be a lengthy video too, because I'll have to lay everything out and show you everything and why we have that stuff. Okay. Alrighty, is that good enough? Well, tune in on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. We'll be tuning in on Wednesday for midweek with the old preacher Papa Bear here, for inspiration and a good message, and bring you up to speed on what's going on with the family and health and so forth like that. Anyways, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell, hit the like, okay? So we don't make money from these. This is not about making money. This is about instructing you, giving you inspiration, giving you some positive vibes and some groovy things to go off of, okay, like recycling and saving our planet. Our planet is dying as it is. We don't need to add this stuff to the landfill. Too many people will take these bottles and dump them right in the trash can. anyways, as we say around this homestead, peace, love, and happiness to all you. God bless each one of you. See you on the next video.